You know, when the show ended, there was tension between you and Martin. You had filed a lawsuit against him, and he said it wasn't true.
Tisha and Martin just couldn't even be in the same room together.
Right, not in the same room, they couldn't even, I don't think they couldn't even be on the lot.
You and Martin did not get along. He was always undermining you and whatnot, and you know, he picked on you real hard. Is that true or false?
Yeah, that's true.
But Martin, unfortunately, you know, show business at a certain point in his life got the best of him. And when that happens, you see it happening, and there's nothing you can do about it.
What is happening in Hollywood that a guy that tough will be on the street waving a gun, screaming, "They are trying to kill me"? Yeah. What's going on?
Over the course of his career, Martin Lawrence has weathered numerous storms within the entertainment industry. He's encountered cancellations, faced disruptions to his mental well-being, grappled with legal entanglements resulting in multiple arrests, and navigated various other challenges. Nonetheless, before his entry into the industry, Lawrence led a different life. Now, he candidly addresses the adversaries who sought to cancel him and their attempts to impede his journey within the entertainment realm.
A weak person cannot get to sit here and talk to you. Ain't no weak people talking to you.
Much like how Richard Pryor was the dominant force of the 70s and Eddie Murphy reigned supreme in the 80s, the 90s belonged to Martin Lawrence. His trajectory began with his film debut, portraying the character C in Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing in 1989. He further solidified his presence with a scene-stealing performance in House Party and its subsequent installment, The Pajama Jam. The next summer marked a particularly explosive period for Martin, as he secured a supporting role in the underappreciated Eddie Murphy film Boomerang. Simultaneously, he marked his debut as the host of HBO's Def Comedy Jam on July 1st, 1992, a pivotal day that underscored his rising prominence.
I know I promised we was gonna spend some time and everything, but I hadn't been out with my girls in a while. Do you mind if I go out? What's up? Oh, you wanna go out with your girl? Oh, shit, go ahead, have a good time. You just be careful out there. Go on out and have a good time.
Adding to the list of accomplishments, it's worth noting that, at that juncture, we were just a month away from the debut of his own eponymous primetime sitcom. This show would go on to attract an average of over 11 million viewers during its first season and eventually secure a position as one of the most iconic sitcoms in history. Witnessing Martin juggle such an array of responsibilities serves as a reminder of his undeniable work ethic, akin to what Kevin Hart is currently demonstrating. Martin has scaled similar heights and achieved a significant milestone when he was chosen as the host of Saturday Night Live in 1994.
Some of you are not washing your properly.
However, that moment marked both a significant milestone and an unfortunate ending, all stemming from a single incident. Regrettably, this incident led to his banishment from Saturday Night Live. Chris Rock himself once said, "At every gig there would be some opening act that would try to make noise, but by the time I was off stage, people had forgotten. One night in Chicago, as usual, I was the headliner, and on this night my opening act was an up-and-coming comic named Martin Lawrence. Martin Lawrence's stand-up comedy during the 90s was as riveting as watching the 2016 Golden State Warriors in action. Every week, his performance on Def Jam were a thrilling blend of electrifying, unpredictable, controversial, and unfiltered content. With a commanding presence, he had the audience fervently chanting, "Go Martin," at the beginning of each show. Yet, Martin's comedic style didn't universally resonate. His inaugural concert film, You So Crazy, debuted in 1994 and initially earned an NC-17 rating due to its explicit content.
So one day, in them 3 months, your girl comes by, and cause they ain't hung out with you in a while. Girl, where you been? We ain't hung out with you. I mean, what's up? Would you hang out with us? I mean, who is this guy?
The film's distributor eventually opted to sell the movie to another company, which then released it as an unrated film. However, Martin's struggles with censorship were only beginning. In that very year, he encountered the golden opportunity every comedian dreams of, hosting SNL. Unfortunately for Lawrence, this would also be his final time hosting the enduring variety show. He found himself banned for life after delivering a set of jokes that NBC deemed excessively inappropriate for live television.
Some of you are not washing your properly.
During his opening monologue, Lawrence embarked on a rant touching on female hygiene, humorously advising the audience about the importance of proper cleanliness. Evidently, his jokes took a raunchy turn, which proved to be beyond the limits of acceptability for a live network broadcast.
At this point in his monologue, Martin begins a commentary on what he considers the decline in standards of feminine hygiene in this country. Although we at Saturday Night Live take no stand on this issue one way or the other, network policy prevents us from rebroadcasting this portion of his remarks.
In subsequent versions of the episode, NBC took a corporate stance by censoring Lawrence, seemingly disavowing his views. The network's response suggested a clear disconnect with Lawrence's expressed sentiments. In the years that ensued, Lawrence's absence from the show became noticeable, including being left out of Eddie Murphy's highly acclaimed reunion episode. Contemplating his performance shortly after the unfavorable headlines, Lawrence remarked, "If I don't know anything else, I know what it takes to make a person laugh. People have to have the right to laugh, or else you're going to have a lot more of us going crazy. If you can get past the language and have fun with what I'm talking about, I'm going to help keep you mentally healthy." Lawrence asserts that he employed the same jokes during a rehearsal of the show without encountering any objections. However, the network presents a contrasting perspective, asserting that he veered into unscripted and unapproved content. Following the East Coast broadcast of the show, the monologue underwent significant editing due to the influx of nearly 200 complaints from viewers in the Eastern region. In a 1994 interview with the LA Times, a mere 2 weeks after the incident, Martin expressed that he held no animosity towards NBC.
They didn't want to fly me private. I wanted to go private. It was politics. So, you know. But I've learned from now, and I would do something different now.
Not only did SNL cancel Martin, his reported girlfriend Tisha Campbell also made some dirty allegations against him. In 1997, Tisha Campbell filed a lawsuit against Martin Lawrence, citing harassment both on and off the screen. The allegations in the lawsuit were quite severe, involving incidents such as battery, verbal mistreatment, Martin yelling and issuing threats on set, unnecessary outbursts, inappropriate groping during bed scenes, and even attempting to initiate intimate encounters with her, among a range of other claims.
She couldn't be there. If she was there, he couldn't be there. So I knew that much. But, you know, all the other stuff that they say that happened.
The reference to Martin's outbursts might not be startling to some, given that in 1996 he had been arrested after being discovered wandering the streets of LA with a gun while loudly exclaiming that someone was attempting to harm him. According to one witness, he was yelling, "Fight, you know, don't give up, fight the power," or something like that. He was shouting obscenities or something. The police were forcefully putting their arms around him, like trying to hold him down, because he was fighting so much and yelling. He was like a madman. I was like, that's Martin Lawrence. I couldn't believe it. His anger and lack of control escalated to the point where he kicked and shattered a marble tile wall near Tisha's hotel room. As soon as news of Tisha's lawsuit became public, Martin Lawrence issued a statement vehemently refuting all her accusations. He implied that he was being dragged into her disagreement with HBO, asserting his innocence in the matter. His statement read as, "Martin has long been Tisha's champion and protector, and is thus deeply hurt by these allegations. There's no merit to the lawsuit, and it will be vigorously defended." Tisha eventually reached a settlement in the lawsuit merely 4 months later, leading her to return to the set for the final 2 episodes filming in April 1997. However, a unique stipulation was imposed. Martin was prohibited from being on set during Tisha's filming sessions. Remarkably, in the concluding 1-hour episode, the writers and editors had to ingeniously craft scenes to portray them as a loving couple on screen, despite the reality that they never shared the same room. The filming process must have been remarkably awkward, and if the official allegations held any truth, the discomfort experienced by Tisha can only be imagined.
So, Biggie, how your auditions coming?
Why you want to know, Gina? You are not auditioning?
No, I'm not. I did not say that. No. I was just making conversation.
The cast of the show Martin is nearly inseparable from thoughts about the series itself. The on-screen chemistry among the actors played a pivotal role in establishing the enduring impact the show has had on its fans over the years. However, behind the scenes, the dynamic wasn't always as harmonious. Despite the accolades the show received for its humor-filled storylines and the camaraderie among the cast, rumors of mistreatment emerged, particularly involving comedian he and Martin Lawrence, the show's central figure.
For me, I was in a whole nother space, you know what I mean? I always wish the best for people and hope that they grow and you know, I don't wish nothing bad on nobody, you know what I mean?
Carl Anthony Payne, known for his role as Martin's endearingly dim-witted best friend Cole Brown, openly acknowledged the discrepancies between appearances and reality during an interview with ThisIs50.com in 2015. Payne revealed that the situation was quite different from what it seemed on the surface. Initially, everything appeared to be going smoothly, and there were no evident issues between him and Martin Lawrence. Payne described the environment as a great place to work. However, the dynamics shifted when Martin started mistreating him, drastically altering the work atmosphere.
It's like a relationship, right? So imagine if you were in a relationship that ended badly with somebody. You know, that was then.
He further said, "We had issues. Martin had issues with himself, really. I think he was battling his own demons." Another person who is reportedly on the list is Garrett Morris. Garrett Morris boasts a distinguished and extensive acting career, with his portrayal on the popular 90s comedy series Martin earning him a special place in the hearts of fans. It was thus quite surprising for viewers when he vanished from the show as a full-time cast member after the second season, leaving many puzzled and curious about the circumstances surrounding his departure.
I'm Garrett Morris, talking to all you white Americans about the way black people have been treated in America. Now, I know a lot of you feel guilty, and you should.
Morris made just one more appearance in another episode during the show's run. Subsequently, he disclosed that his exit from the show was a result of being dismissed by none other than the show's primary producer, who also happened to be its lead star, Martin Lawrence.
The person who was producing Martin decided to fire me.
Some may argue that contrary to some perceptions, it seems that Martin Lawrence did not have intentions of causing harm to anyone. Instead, his tumultuous journey through various challenges took a toll on his mental well-being. Dave Chappelle has been forthright in discussing Martin's experiences, shedding light on both his mental health struggles and the darker aspects of the entertainment industry.
Martin had a stroke. He almost died. And then after that, I saw him, and I was like, oh my God, Martin, are you okay? And he said, I got the best sleep I ever got in my life.
Reportedly, Martin Lawrence's condition deteriorated to the point of extreme weakness and depression. In August 1999, he experienced a significant health scare when he fell into a 3-day coma after collapsing due to heat exhaustion while jogging in exceptionally hot conditions. This incident occurred as he was preparing for his role in Big Mama's house and was wearing heavy clothing, including a plastic suit. His condition was severe enough that he was admitted to the hospital with a body temperature reaching 107 degrees Fahrenheit, 42 degrees Celsius, ultimately requiring the use of a ventilator. However, his fans have been quite supportive of Martin. One of them wrote, "Martin was on that Richard Pryor level when it pertains to his storytelling skills. Y'all, I miss Def Jam. Martin is still awesome." Another one added, "Martin Lawrence is a legend, haha. A complete great. Kevin Hart looks up to all of those OGs like Carlin, Harvey, Murphy, Lawrence, Mac, Cedric, etc. The greats." Indeed, Martin Lawrence has undergone a series of challenges, often attributed to his struggles with anger management. He now suggests that certain individuals are actively working to have him ostracized from the industry through cancellation efforts. Whether it's true, we don't know.